There are many, many changes that you are going through. As we have been speaking of the activation of your higher self, and you are receiving this very clearly now. You are receiving guidance from your higher self, and in your sleep states, you are being called upon to make a rapid transition into a higher consciousness. This occurs as a quickening of your vibration, the frequency of your vibration. You know your atoms and your molecules are all in there shaking away and moving. And what happens when they encounter fifth-dimensional energies is that they shake and begin to move around more rapidly. You could say there is a dance party going on within you on a subatomic level. And what this does to you externally is that it makes your body feel a little bit strange sometimes. It makes you feel more tired at other times. It changes your patterns of what you might have become accustomed to eating sometimes. Perhaps there are dietary changes that are being called for by your being. It is not always a comfortable experience. Just as the earth herself is going through her clearing, she is clearing out dense energies that she has absorbed through many, many ages. So you are clearing out energies that you have stored through many ages and many lifetimes. There is no room for them now within you, you see. So I would say for you to don't look at yourself as someone who needs to realign. Look at yourself as someone who is aligning, and you are experiencing some of the external manifestations of this alignment. There is a process of a transition that you will go through. Many of you are going through it, and sometimes it is more intensified and sometimes it is less. I think for you, you are receiving quite a burst at this time. Yes, indeed. As the planet is bursting into its starhood, so you are bursting into your starseed nature, or higher dimensionality. So for you, it is not something that you need to worry too much about, except that you take care of yourself and allow yourself the process, and know that it is coming from the highest good. It is not that you are falling apart. Your mind and your egos tell you sometimes you are falling apart, don't they? Oh my goodness, I used to be so good at this, now I can't keep it together. Well, the part of you that's dying is going to tell you anything to keep you in your old patterns of behavior. It is going to try to convince you that this change is no good and this change will result in death and you'd better resist it to your last drop of energy. There's no way to resist it. You see, you are riding on a planet that is ascending. In the past, beings have been on this world. They have had a choice. They could maintain third-dimensional reality by dying and coming back in another body, or they could give themselves to spirit and through many, many challenges and difficulties and much focus and much devotion, they could experience the ascension and go beyond death. But you yourselves do not have this option. You are going to become face to face with this opportunity to go beyond death, and I think most of you will choose that. You will see the higher wisdom in becoming immortal gods and goddesses once again. Unless you desire to find another planet to bumble around on for a while. So, know that this is just what is happening and it is not going to go away. And for those of you, I think for all of you, you are going to be challenged in these little ways and asked to grow And you are going to be given many opportunities to go within and to find guidance and sustenance and nurturance. So meditate and give yourself to your spiritual growth.
I have a question. We went to Arizona for a while, and we did that workshop. And at the end, I felt really expanded because I was doing so much meditation and so much energy came through. So it was really beautiful spiritual energy. So anyway, when we were at the home of the lady we were staying with, and this strange energy came over me, like it felt like I was almost taking a drug, but I wasn't. Like I felt, I don't know, like in a different dimension. And then the woman melody, her face and her aura turned gold. I normally don't see anything like this, but she had a gold face and gold aura, and so I was wondering, what was that? What was that about?
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great. I thought I was like an ascended master.
You were.
Mm-hmm.
And you were an ascended master looking at an ascended master. In fact, you were in the fifth dimensional realm of energies, you see. Because of all the clearing and all the energy that was coming through you, you were taken to a very high state of awareness. What you saw was that being's higher dimensional manifestation. What you saw was the way that being might look in a higher dimensional frequency. So, while you yourself also, each of you have your limited, at least apparently limited, physicalities, if someone were to look at you, having an awareness of the fifth dimension or higher, they would be able to perceive your light bodies and your higher selves glowing quite beautifully, as they are, as your higher selves are all glowing quite beautifully. So you were just taken up a little bit. I would say it was a preview of coming events. You could say a preview of coming attractions. Also a little bit of a test for you to see whether or not you would allow yourself to let go to that experience. Many people have experiences of higher dimensionality, and at first they can be somewhat disconcerting or even frightening. It is good to take you gradually into the higher dimensions, and this is what we are doing. So, congratulations, you had a sneak preview.
I have a question. My name's Mary. I've been feeling like I should go into the woods and just meditate, like not see anybody for a few months. I was just wondering if you could kind of, if I'm in tune with, that's in tune with my higher self, and if there's like some direction, like some physical place that would be best for me right now.
What is it? What place is it that you are thinking of?
Well, I was sort of thinking of Mount Shasta, but it's kind of cold.
It is very cold.
So I was thinking of someplace south. I'm not really. I was just gonna kind of get in the car and drive and see where I ended up. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it much.
So you are on a spiritual quest and you are looking for your meditation retreat. Well, what I am feeling for you, and again this is my perspective, you have to understand I am a little prejudiced by my experience. And my experience tells me that it does not really matter where you find yourself externally. What matters is your amount of focus and commitment to your internal work. So if you are feeling a difficulty with meditating here where you are, and you follow your heart to another place, then this is all the better. But then again, I would like to caution you that there is no place upon the planet that will be perfect for spiritual development, in which will be perfect and in which there will be no resistance and no challenge and no difficulty with the discipline that is required to do this. You will have to go through your resistances and your growth. So for me, I will not tell you where to go. I will only say that from my perspective, it does not matter where you go. It only matters how much you apply yourself to going within. Santa Cruz is a beautiful energy vortex itself. Mount Shasta is beautiful, though you will have to spend your time indoors, I feel, meditating there. The problem with mountains is that they are very cold, especially in the evening. So those who have dreams of becoming yogis and retreating in the mountains might be wise to do so in the summer months. So I will only say to you to follow your heart, but do not look externally for that which is within you. What you are feeling inspired to do is to give yourself 100% to Spirit without distraction. And you can do this. You will always have distractions, no matter where you go. In fact, the distractions are part of your path. The distractions are that which are your teachers and that which you use to make your choices. So don't lock yourself into anything, but then again, don't be afraid to experiment. If you feel to get in your car and drive, you may do so. The energy of Mount Shasta is very healing. It is very beautiful and very transformative. If you can find yourself a place to be that is at least warm enough and comfortable enough for you to remain, then perhaps that would be a good retreat for you. The ultimate meditation retreat is in your own heart. Does this help you at all?
Oh yes, thanks. Another question. Will I ever feel in this ascension, will it be like going home, feeling home? Just
Exactly, yes.
feel sort of abandoned here, and I meet a lot of people to connect with, but I still haven't found the feeling of home. Or my real family.
Your real family is your soul family. Some of your soul family may be on the earth. More of them are in higher dimensions awaiting you. The ascension is, for you, a returning to your source, a returning to your previous state of consciousness and being. Many beings have felt abandoned here. In fact, you chose to come here, but you did not know exactly what it would feel like. And then when the veils of third-dimensional limitation began to fall around you, there was an experience of abandonment. You felt abandoned and cut off from your source, from the divinity of your true nature, your higher self, and from your soul family, perhaps. This is what is about to be remedied, so be in joy, my friend. Yes, it is a coming home, a homecoming, In fact, we have a homecoming gala celebration planned for all of you. I think that if you will give yourself to the company of other beings who are on the ascension path, there will be much more of a likelihood that you will feel that experience of being home or with beings who are related to you. For those star seeds are all related. It is like a family. So you are in a family situation now, and you are welcome, always welcome, to this family. And you may have more of a feeling of reunion with your family and with your right place at the time of your ascension. But if you will give yourself to the process, you will feel that you are not alone any longer. And perhaps your family members of the higher dimensions can come through and spend some time with you in your meditations or in your dreams. Keep you company on your sacred journey.
I'd like to ask you about the time frame for the ascension. But basically, it's seeing two different times given. One is like the Ashtar people and Arion project the time being, receive information that the time will be around by the year 2000. Everything will be completed, and then the I Am America people and Solarum have more of a time frame of 2011. And I was wondering, what's your perspective on this?
My perspective is that the first date, the earlier dates, are more relating to the ascension, to the evacuation and the earth changes, that sort of thing. And the later dates are more related to the completion of the transformation of planet Earth, perhaps to the repopulation of the Earth in its higher dimensional state, and it's more Eden-like. So, to us, you understand 11 years is nothing. In fact, if you have it down to 11 years difference, you're doing quite well. There are so many variables. We simply do not give ourselves to predicting dates and times. We can only say that the changes are going according to schedule, but it is not our schedule. And as far as we are concerned, we do not understand all of the variables ourselves. I am quite certain that there are beings who do. Or at least one being who does. For us, it would appear that the first waves of the evacuation and ascension will be much sooner than the year 2000. Hopefully, by the year 2000, all of the waves will have taken flight.
Can I ask you one more question?
You may ask me 5 more questions.
Well, recently we got this letter from I think they're called Guardian Action, that woman, Lourdes. And it's a letter, a form letter addressed to the Secretary of the United Nations, asking for peace in the Middle East, and stating that a war could be a catalyst to start off all the cataclysmic changes on Earth and the volcanoes and all this business and earthquakes. So I was, basically I've always thought that like the United Nations was a joke, and I was just wondering if you think this is a worthwhile endeavor for peace, or should we just pray and meditate and send peace and love to the earth and to that area. Because I'm thinking of, Xeroxing a bunch of copies of that letter and then getting people to send it.
I think you are better off to send your love directly to the earth. If you send it through the United Nations, it will become rather diluted and twisted on its way to the heart of the planet. It will do no harm, I do not think, to do this, but neither will it help a great deal. The earth changes that are to occur are going to be something that is necessary for the healing of the planet, so those who are trying to avoid them are not understanding the nature of this. It is part of the beautiful transformation that is going to occur. If the earth does not change, it will always remain in a third-dimensional state of suffering and limitation. So look with joy and gratitude for the changes that the earth is undergoing. So my friends, have you any more questions before I do my meditation with you this evening?
I have a question. When we come back after the ascension to assist, will we be breathing? We talk about breath so much lately.
Yes, she will be breathing.
Okay.
The universe is breathing. All things are breathing in their own ways.
Ascended Masters breathe?
Yes. Angels breathe too. Some beings breathe out stars. The universe is breathing. It is expanding and contracting. It is like a huge bellows. Its expansion and contraction is what keeps things moving. It keeps the evolution occurring, keeps the energy going, and creates new and unusual and different opportunities for evolution and evolvement. So God's breathing, and you are breathing, and Ascended Masters are breathing. Most of the time, the Ascended Masters are breathing a little more consciously than you yourselves are, enjoying it a little bit more. But you are learning. You are doing well. When you recognize the gift that you have within you, the gift of life, and when you experience it via your own breath meditation, you will truly come to appreciate that which you have within you and that which you are, and you will appreciate and experience your contact directly with the source of life. Though you will find yourselves on this world, the far reaches of this universe, you have a direct link to the Creator. In the body form, it is easily focused upon by your own breathing, feeling and listening to your breath. It is so beautiful. What a perfect segue into our meditation. I don't think Johnny Carson could have done it better. He's breathing too, I think. You will come to love everything. You will come to enjoy all of the manifestations of creation, all of the areas the Creator has constructed the playground that He has built for you. The universe is His, but He built it for His children to enjoy. So let's just breathe together for a few minutes silently, and I will assist you in whatever way I can. Open yourselves to the moment and give yourself to that joy. Well, my beautiful lights, it is getting time for me to withdraw, so hopefully you have enjoyed my presence this evening. I have certainly enjoyed yours. I do so enjoy speaking with you. Give yourselves to the joy that is within you. Give yourselves to the sacred journey to your own earth missions. And in giving yourselves to it, you will find the enjoyment and enthusiasm you seek. You will find that easy path, one step after the other, and you will make your leap, and you will soar into the next phase of your existence, into your ascension. Now is the time. Hear my words and know that I speak the truth. Until we meet again, good night.
Good night.